Hey guys, and welcome back. So today I'll be continuing on the H22 swapped EG. I just want to show you guys what I've done in the last couple of days, and also I had a couple of questions that were sent to me over Instagram regarding the swap. I'll be making a short video today just to explain what I've done and how I went about doing the H22 swap on the EG. So the first question that I've received was regarding the actual mountings. This vehicle has been swapped before we actually bought it. It had a H22 motor in it. I don't know if it was turbo or NA, but the mount on the actual rail, this side for the gearbox, was already taken off. The spot weld OEM mount that was taken off, and the front holes were already drilled. I've only enlarged them to have the crush tubes fitted. I'll just show a little photo that I've done previously if you didn't watch the video. And then I've got the Innovate mounts, the side, the one at the back, and then the one on the cam belt side. So we did have to change the post mount, but that was due to we had a aftermarket mounting on this side, and the motor was a little bit slanted to one side. But the correct post mount with the correct mounts or the mount kit for the H or F swap motor for the EG, then everything is lining up. Everything there was no hassles getting it in. And that comes to the second question. Well, obviously the first and the second question is probably the same. How did the motor go in so quickly? The motor, like I say, this vehicle has been swapped and there was no prep work that I had to do. I just literally bolted the mounts in on the sides, torqued that down, and then I fitted the T-bracket. The only reason why I still have the intake off is because I'm still, as you can see there, I'm still working on the actual intake, and it was just a little bit easier getting all these pipes and all the cables fitted nicely. The other question was, there's the cables for the box that was already in at the time. Like I say, everything was already done previously. We had to do no modification besides doing the crush tubes in the actual rail or the frame rail for certification purposes in New Zealand. But that was about it. There was no other modifications that I had to do to get the H or the F motor in the first time. The second question was regarding the exhaust. Yes, it's a beautiful exhaust, but we had issues where the J pipe was actually touching the sump. So as you see here, where it slides in, it did not go all the way. This manifold was about there, and I couldn't get the bolts in at the time because the J pipe was touching on the sump. So what I've done is, as you can see there's some clearance. I have cut it onto the J pipe. This section is still loose. You can still remove this. And I have now removed the back section that is touching on the actual sump. Let me just show you guys. So this is the pipe that I've cut off that J pipe. As you see, the angle on that pipe is quite, so this was like so on the J pipe, and it was sticking up, and there you can see where it was hitting the sump. So I've cut that off, and I will be cutting this on a 90-degree angle or cutting it straight. Let me just show you guys. So putting it on, this was like so. You can see it doesn't even line up because of the sump touching. That's the gap that there is. So I'll probably cut that straight, the J pipe also straight, and then we have the J pipe extension coming there. I'll probably cut this flange off as well. The reason being is that even if this J pipe was 100%, let me just see the angle that it is on. I'm holding the pipe straight, and you see the angle of the flange, how it increases, and on this side it's a lot, see right there. So even if this pipe was straight, that means that the back section where the flex goes had to be on an angle, otherwise this wouldn't have sealed correctly. This is very poorly made, but the manifold, I mean, it still looks nice. We'll make it work. I do have a cut-off saw, so it's not too bad. I mean, it's a lot of work. I don't think it's a weekend job where you can just take your old manifold off, put the PML header on, and it joins up straight. There is probably better manifolds out there that have probably less work into it to make it work. But we got this marketplace, obviously marketplace fine bargain, and we're gonna probably modify it to work. And I think that probably wraps up most of the, well, there was only 3 questions. Obviously, the mounts, what mountings are we using, the exhaust, is it a straight fit, and what are we going to do with the flex, and the cable shift or the cable box. That is, everything, like I say, was in the vehicle, was swapped. It was just standing for a very long time, and we got it as a bare shell, well, rolling chassis. And in the last video, coming back to the last video, you've seen me put the mounts in. I fitted the T-bracket at the back. That's all H22 bracket, and everything is tightened down. I've got the radiator in, I've got the pipes fitted. The only thing I still need to do today is fit the thermostat housing, just put some sealer. I've got a new O-ring that goes onto the back metal water pipe. Get that on, then I can chuck some water or coolant into the system, see if there's any leaks. I can do the side shafts. I can fit the side. Oh yeah, that was the other question. What side shafts are we using? So this is a Yonaka or Yonaka, however you want to pronounce it, shaft kit. And the intermediate shaft we got from a mate of ours that had a couple lying around. There was an issue in the beginning when we did the F20 swap that we couldn't find the right shaft to actually fit onto the axles that we got, or the conversion axles for the EG. But we managed to get the shafts. These are all 100%, and I will be fitting these in today's video. Like I said, today's video is not major progress or major work to be done. It was just an update on what I have done on the last video, what I'm gonna do, and the wiring I'll get into one video. This is a long video that's been coming. I'm in the progress of still completing the video. Is the harness or the chassis harness that I need to run through behind the dash side. On this side you'll see I've done a wire tuck that I'm still currently busy on, but like I say, that's all in another day's video or next week's video. For now it's just axles, fluids, getting the thermostat housing on, and hopefully we can get the car back on the ground again, no leaks, and we can then start. We've got a Friday public holiday that's coming up, so we'll be doing the ECU fitment, placement, and also the wiring. Like I said, I don't want to take my time. I've never done such extreme wire work on any vehicle previously. This is my first one, so bear with me. I'm going to try to break it down as simple as possible what I've done. I know there's a lot of conversion harnesses for this particular ECU, but in New Zealand it's not a very common ECU that we are going to run, and I just want to take my time and do it the right way and make it as neat as possible. In saying that, I'm going to get to the side shafts and I'll show you guys once I'm done. We did have a water leak earlier, but that was, so I took the sandwich plate or the oil cooler plate off because we don't have the metal pipe for the H that has the 2 bunks, so I just blocked it off right there. But we'll sort that out at a later stage. But that's about it. I'm just gonna finish the gearbox oil, get that on level, see if I can drop the vehicle on the floor, recheck gearbox oil as it's on an angle. And that's about it for today's video. Thank goodness no major leaks as yet. It's been a couple of hours later and everything is done. I got the axles in, intermediate shaft is in, gearbox oil, engine oil, coolant is in, everything looks alright. Hopefully I won't have any leaks once I start up, but I've got the wheels on. The only thing that I did not do is I cut the old exhaust off. I bought the wrong freaking disc for the grinder, but besides that, I've got the intermediate shaft in, I've got the axle in, everything is done. It's just the intake that is left. I still need to finish up the intake, hopefully tomorrow. This is the new one that I've grinded or ported, and I still need to finish up the throttle side. But besides that, she's all ready to go. And then on Friday, our public holiday, I can start on the wiring. I'm excited and also nervous, but the ECU is a game changer for this vehicle. The ECU is probably worth 10 times more than the vehicle. So I hope you guys are excited for that and stay tuned. Thank you guys for watching and see you guys on the next one.